Hey guys, welcome back to another week of prep. If you are new here, my name is Zita and I'm prepping for my very first NPC Bikini show. So this week was interesting. I didn't crush a bunch of new lifts, I didn't hit stage level posing, most of it was actually spent recovering from a QL injury. And if you've seen last week's video, then you know all about it. But honestly, it gave me space to reflect. So today we are just gonna hang and I'll tell you all about it. So today I want to talk about discipline, mindset, and why the hardest parts of prep don't always happen in the gym. Well, actually, I think they always happen up here in the head, in your brain, because here's something wild, but so true. So most of our daily actions aren't conscious decisions. Studies in neuroscience show that around 95% of our behaviors are driven by the subconscious mind, the part that runs on habit, repetition, and automation. So if you don't have a plan, if you don't train your brain intentionally, your subconscious will just default to what's easy, comfortable, or familiar, even if it's not aligned with your goals. So that's why structure matters so much during prep, not only during prep, in your daily lives. Because when your brain hits fatigue or stress, it will not ask, what should we do right now? It will just do what it knows. So if what it knows is discipline or structure, then even your subconscious works in your favor, right? So that's why I spent so much time, more time, building systems and routines as I do building glutes and these shoulders here that you can't see because it's so cold today. The weather is really crappy here. I really miss sunshine and heat. So anyway, bodybuilding changes your body for sure, but it also helps you build structure and routine because you have to plan your days, you have to find time to go to the gym, to get your exercises in, stick to your workouts, and that alone starts training your brain to operate with more discipline. But if you really want to rewire your brain, it takes intentional effort. From a neuroscience perspective, your brain forms and strengthens synaptic connections based on repetition. So the more consistently you act a certain way, showing up, following through, the stronger those neural pathways become. And that's how habits are built. So if you want to become more disciplined, more focused, or more resilient, you have to practice being that version of yourself over and over and over again, every single day. And eventually your brain starts making those choices automatically because that's who you've trained it to be. So this week started off slow on purpose, like I mentioned, like you know about these guys, my QL injury. I only stuck with upper body movements at the beginning of the week, like things that didn't aggravate my lower back. So I had lots of control, lots of awareness, lots of mindfulness in terms of mind-body connection. I took Epsom salt baths daily, focused on soft tissue work, and I just let my body breathe a little. And toward the end of the week, I slowly tested some full body and lower body movements, but light weights only and no ego lifting whatsoever, just checking in with my body. And you know what? That it felt really good. And not just emotionally, but not just physically, but emotionally too, because it reminded me I'm not starting over, I'm just adjusting. I also brought back 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. Again, nothing too crazy, just steady state cardio session, enough to see how my back handled the movement and the next couple of days afterward. And thank God it held up well. And that small win felt really, really big. And that's where, again, discipline looks different. It's not always pushing harder. Sometimes it's just knowing when to pause and listening when your body tells you to. And so here's the funny part. It still doesn't feel like I'm in prep. And I mean that in the best way. My schedule is still pretty much the same. You know, I already train, I already meal prep, I already live this lifestyle. The only difference is a bit more cardio, posing, and the deadline. And to me, that's a win. I have a really itchy scalp, don't know why. Anyway, it means I've built a life that aligns with my goals, prep or no prep. We always think, or I think most of the time we think that discipline means forcing ourselves to do hard things, grinding, pushing, hustling. And honestly, I thought that was prep supposed to be. But because I watched so many other people's preps, but that's not definite, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. There is a better way. Every time you stick to a habit, you strengthen a neural circuit, and that's neuroplasticity. Your brain is always adapting based on repetition, and it doesn't care whether it's a big moment or a small one. It just records consistency. And I keep hammering consistency with our lifestyle clients as well. Stick to your meals, stick to your workouts, be consistent, and you'll see results, guaranteed. So when I stuck to my meals this week, like I always do, when I modified my training without guilt, when I took that Epsom salt bath instead of pushing through pain, my brain got the signal. I still show up, even when it's inconvenient. And that's discipline. And that's what will get me to the stage. Not just the big lifts and the sweat, but the mindset behind them. I didn't have a breakdown or mood swing. I was a tiny bit worried at the beginning, thinking like how long this injury is gonna take. Is it gonna affect my timeline? Am I gonna be ready? But just listen to myself. I just listened to my coach. I trusted the process. I trusted myself, and I just showed up. I stayed grounded, and I just kept moving forward. So next week, I'll be back with full training, posing practice finally, and maybe some actual beast mode again. But this week, this was just as important. So if you're chasing a big goal right now, don't forget, rest is part of the strategy. Just pause, take a step back, and breathe and rest. Discipline isn't just doing more. Sometimes it's pausing on purpose and still choosing to stay committed. So guys, that's it for today's video. And if this hit home, leave a comment. Tell me how you stay on track when things get messy. And please let me know what type of content you want to see. Maybe a day in a life, or more meal prep videos, or maybe more gym sessions when I walk you through, like what I'm doing in the gym. So please put these in the comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. And I'll see you next week, back in motion with some posing updates and probably a little exercise. Thanks for being here. Let's keep going. Bye.